Seth McGowan to the goal line. At the 1, he is down, 2nd and goal. He said, I want to play football forever. I just love this game and blessed to have another opportunity. Hands to Seth McGowan. Calzada to McGowan. And Seth's inside the 35, down to the 34. 6-yard gain.
They understand their opportunity.
And McGowan again, running angry for a first down to the 39-yard line. One run of the day for 16, and now it's Seth McGowan's turn, and look how hard this guy runs. Gets past the 30-yard line. He has had quite the story. From the Toledo 6, McGowan around the corner, touchdown!
Does a good job of getting outside, capturing the corner, and just show him just enough speed to get to that pylon. Kendrick Ball, they had him kind of running that orbit motion through the backfield to get that defense leaning up Death Valley.
Seth McGowan running hard, and the game's over. They said he's mad at the ground, Stench. Look at this.
Looks like he's mad at the defenders, too. I got to be honest. Look, the anger is equal opportunity.
Willie Rodriguez went in motion. McGowan puts his head down. Touchdown, Kentucky! What an effort by Seth McGowan!
His shoulder and finds pay dirt. Excellent work by this retooled offensive line.
Seth McGowan. What an effort. His 2nd touchdown, had one last week against Toledo. They took 8 plays to go 31 yards on the run. Well, you go quick and you snap it, they stop it, you might have to punt the ball away. Now McGowan, he is out to the 47. McGowan, nice run and a first down. McGowan lowers his head and got about 9
on initial contact, lowering that shoulder. And McGowan, you said from the onset, Sean, he runs angry, and that was on display there. Might have got away.
2nd and goal from the 8. Lots of running room. McGowan's going to walk in. Untouched. Touchdown, Kentucky.
Moments later as McGowan breaks to the outside. And the Cats have life here in Lexington.
Out of the pistol. McGowan, nifty cuts. First down. And he got a couple extra at the end of the run.
And he's north and south, just guessing on the edge for Ole Miss's defense, results in a nice conversion.
Used so far this season. They're going to hand it off again to McGowan, trying to shed a tackle, lunges. And gets in the end zone. How about that effort by Seth McGowan? Tyrell Martin, the defensive tackle, was trying to pull him down before he could get into the end zone, but McGowan was...
Looks like he kept his knees up. Powerful runner. I was down there on the sideline in pregame. He's got thighs like Saquon Barkley, and he does stay up. That's a touchdown. Exactly.
That's his first reception of the night. And now they go back to the ground game, straight ahead. And behind that big blue wall, Kentucky gets it out to the 30. Analyzed team in the MAC. That's a costly one. First down and 10. Good run. Touchdown, McGowan. Second touchdown here in the quarter. Wildcats, and so far they're looking right.
Seth McGowan in a gap scheme, just right up the edge. Shows that speed, is able to get there. Lexington, Kentucky. Come on back.
Bengals and the Jets. That was a pro-type reception there. As McGowan starts chewing up yardage again. Man, has he been explosive out of this Kentucky backfield.
Explosive. He likes to run in between the tackles. You see the vision and the cut there to get outside. Pointing at the first 2 weeks. Clearly not the case tonight.
Another strong run for Seth McGowan.
They're not trying to run anything fancy. I mean, you could drive a Mack truck through that. He didn't get touched till he's 5 yards. Receivers get started.
They stay on the ground on first down, and McGowan, a big burst up the middle, and he'll get to the 49 of Eastern Michigan.
Catches right there. We've seen this play again. They're pulling the left tackle. They're pulling the left tight end. It's the gap scheme, and they're running right through.
In the first 2 weeks. That was impressive there to extend the play and get the first down. Now McGowan again. They feed it to McGowan. A couple of touchdowns tonight. And he's down to the 8-yard line. Weeks, they hardly passed it all in the red zone. They stick with McGowan, and he's got a touchdown. 8-yard touchdown run. Seth McGowan is third of the night.
And tight end, you're going to see Josh Braun and Henry Boyer pull out. It's a gap scheme. They start downhill, but not as bad as it could have been.
Now to the pistol and a handoff to McGowan, and he's able to find the edge and rip off a big one on second down. That's a pickup of 17.
Kentucky, an outside run. Climb up to that second level. Nice contact, physicality. Caddis's game has come a long way this year.
Great job in the portal trying to rebuild this offense. It starts with the running game. Here's McGowan, shakes a man to the outside and to the end zone. 20-yard touchdown run for Seth McGowan. Already his 7th rushing touchdown of the season.
Great job by Cutter Boley, just reading the end. That was the right read, getting McGowan up north and south, one-on-one with the safety. Bakari Swain back there.
When they've been at their best, that's been this program's identity. Here's Seth McGowan.
Sure, he's starting.
It's 2nd and 6. They swing it out to McGowan. He turns it upfield, and he picks up a first down. Takeaways turned the game into Carolina's favor last year. Now the run game with McGowan. You must be seeing ghosts. And then we'll keep it on the ground with McGowan. Here he comes. And they go straight ahead. That's a first down run, a little bit more on a shifty move to the outside by Seth McGowan. And they run it behind him, and McGowan takes a hit. On 3rd and 22, hoping McGowan can open the door.
That develops today. But they'll start on the ground with Seth McGowan. This is exactly what we talked about, the hard running of the pair of running backs, but especially McGowan. Incredible to think about that. One of 4 teams without a wide receiver touchdown reception. Seth McGowan again sort of understand what they think the formula is today with how much they're working McGowan early and then going to the tight end. Boley on 2nd and 5. Here's McGowan as McGowan makes his way to the 20-yard line. McGowan on 2nd and 7, and Seth McGowan with a good run. It'll be 3rd and short. Griffin with the tackle.
Very highly recruited young man out of the state of Kentucky. Local kid swings that pass out to McGowan in the right flat, and a nice gain to make it 3rd down and just a couple. Kentucky. And Boley in the shotgun, back to throw. Again is going to hit McGowan out on the right flat with a lot of room, and he's got the first down of the game and almost to midfield.
26 is in man coverage on the running back, and he gets picked. A little natural pick by the tight end right there. Really good play call by Bush Hamden.
Quicker tempo here, handoff on first down, and that's, I think, more of what you're talking about. That's a good first down power run.
And Dowdle, both guys are true 3-down running backs.
Handoff McGowan again, and another Kentucky first down. Got right to the sticks. Ball will come in motion. They'll hand it off to McGowan again, and a good cut. Seth McGowan gets that first down, so now we'll see. They'll stop the clock just momentarily. Maybe 35, 40 more yards needed to throw across the middle, short. And they do have timeouts. McGowan with the catch. So now, yeah, you're really talking about just 30+ more yards. McGowan again short. Nice move. And McGowan gets a lot of that on one play.
This game
running down here in the fourth quarter. 6:38 to go. Handoff, left side, power run on first down for the Wildcats.
They have, but I tell you what, I've been really impressed with this Kentucky offensive line, especially on first down when
they got him checked real quick. Unless I'm seeing things, McGowan gets the ball again. Tries to turn it upfield and gets real close. I think he did get there for it. I mean, I know it's Seth McGowan, unless he handed off his jersey. That's Seth. 16 yards on that scramble. Now a throw across the middle, and the cut by McGowan to get the first down into Texas territory.
Get up and spike the football. You are now in field goal range.
Faced with a 2nd and 15 now. McGowan full head of steam, and he cuts back against the grain. What a beautiful run to pick up the first down before Jaquez Robinson brings him down after a pickup of 18.
So McGowan's going to cut back to where the puller came from. Just a massive cutback, a loss of contained backside from DJ Durkin's defense.
Due to injury tonight, one of a handful of scholarship players banged up. This guy's back and healthy, and he's running like it, and Seth McGowan picks up a first down. Boley hands it off, and a beautiful run by Seth McGowan. A nice visit with Seth this week, who started his college career at Oklahoma, along with Josh Caddis, the tight end, and a direct snap to McGowan, and he is through to extend this possession for Kentucky.
Either way, first down, good play call.
And a bounce to the outside by McGowan. Cole, really interesting story spending time with Seth McGowan this week and learning how he views leadership.
Oh, right? Eli Stowers, Diego Pavia, Vanderbilt.
And this guy, Seth McGowan, who takes it to the 20, and Florida now running at will. Good enough. We want to get some updates. Seth McGowan dances his way down the sideline, and that is near a first down in Bill, Kentucky. Here's McGowan and an open door to the end zone. Now, Mark Stoops and I were talking pregame, and I said maybe 21's enough to win it. They've already put 23 on the board. Kids are losing their shirts, and we're still a point after away from adding to the tally.
Or Seth McGowan punches it in for the 3rd straight touchdown drive for this Kentucky offense. I mean, they just look night and day different. Remember last week, and I know Auburn.
Jordan and I can't even get a hoodie.
Yeah, I didn't get anything.
You got to talk to some O-line play if you're going to do that and get that.
Here's McGowan, great blocking downfield, and McGowan picks up the first down before Aaron Childs brings him down. On EA College Football 26, and if you're not using video games for reference points, you're not doing it right. McGowan and fights for extra yardage. You can see on his last 2 runs, Jordan, exactly what you talked about. Instead of trying to stretch it out, a little bit of daylight on the interior.
Yeah, this is a play where maybe as he gets through the initial, right here, maybe he tries to push that to the outside, instead sticks his foot in the ground and probably gets 5 or 6 extra yards.
They overload the right side, unbalanced. And it's a direct snap. McGowan, he is in. And a thriller run for Seth McGowan. 5-yard plunge after he did all of the work to begin with.
To the right side of who is actually the tackle, but because of the extra offensive lineman, Shiaz Pete on that side.
We need to watch Pete's blocking.
He talked about that being a benchmark win for this program under him as McGowan tries to find the edge. That was the end of 31 consecutive losses, and he said, when I got here.
It's not very original.
No. McGowan picks up 9. Just think about the difference, the feeling around this program.
3rd and 1 here. They keep it on the ground. First down, Kentucky. Getting a good push up front. McGowan's had all 3 carries on this opening drive. That one gains 9.
Kentucky is up front. Tennessee Tech, they like to do a lot of movement, right? Shifts and stunts.
Well, Tennessee Tech having a tremendous season, but they have not faced an offensive line like this one. This time, McGowan in the passing game.
Certainly likes to get his running backs involved in the pass game. Yeah, I just love calls like that. Get the ball in the hands of your playmakers and get behind some blocks. And
2nd and goal, 11th play of the opening drive. Handoff right up the middle. McGowan diving, and he's in. Touchdown, Kentucky. Seth McGowan breaks the plane and opens the scoring in Lexington.
And this is just man-on-man offensive line. Look at the push. The second effort in the push.
Big hole opens up. There is a flag down at the line of scrimmage. But the official was in on that tackle, too. But this time they do it successfully. Law in motion. Handoff McGowan. And he rumbles in for another Kentucky touchdown.
That's Kentucky football. Pull 2 guys around, that puppy just goes right downhill into the A-gap.
Pushing touchdowns today.
It's 3 here.
They give it to him, and he's in. 3 rushing touchdowns in this first half for Seth McGowan.
I mean, watch the defensive tackle. Chima Igwagwu comes driving upfield and has McGowan around the neck, but the legs are too powerful. He's right there ready to make a tackle for loss and then just keeps churning, punching.
Want to go vertical, right?
Yeah.
Right up the middle. Can't be more vertical than that with Seth McGowan.
And wing, look at this. 2 guys from the backside, the tackle, then follow behind 81. That's a massive hole.
For 8 years in the NFL.
It's knowing your leverage, knowing where your help is and where your help isn't. And that's half the battle.
Seth McGowan.
If you
Going to keep it on the ground with McGowan. Not quite explosive, but pretty good. Close
receiver. Great catch by the tight end.
Picked up 12. They keep it on the ground on 1st and 10. Gain of 7 by Seth McGowan.
It's red or blue. Boley in the gun. Finds his man McGowan out of the backfield. He's spun out of bounds near the 35-yard line. TJ Quinn there to wrap him up.